Don't know whether you can hear the noise, but there's leaking in my living room, so maybe you can hear the drip of the leak. Maybe you can't hear it, I don't know. If you do hear it, that's what it is. It's the dripping leak. So hi, welcome to the Thursday evening stream. I'm wearing a hat because it's really cold here. It's turned into autumn today. Really frost, not frost, but a really cold sharpness to the air. So, and I've been out all day, so I'm really cold. So, I've been to another theme park. I've been to like 3 theme parks in the past month. I have kids. What can I do? I have to go to theme parks. It's for me. I love it. So I do these streams Thursday evenings at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. And that's UK time. I'm in the UK, so British time. I'm sometimes not here, so check on my Facebook page to make sure that I am doing that stream. But yeah, it's through YouTube, and you can ask questions through Skype. Yeah. So, what do I talk about? Sorry. It was a wrong number. I'll just speak first before I answer questions. And then I'll read the questions on Skype. How beautiful to be discussing something so amazingly amazing while there's a leaking roof and like calls at the front door and kids upstairs with an audiobook on, and to be talking about something so amazing and beautiful while life is happening, while the chaos and the ordinary life is happening. I think it's just so beautiful, so amazingly beautiful, that this is it. What you long for is what is happening. Abundantly what is happening. What happens in humans is the story of time begins. The story of you moving through time begins. This idea of getting somewhere in the future, this idea of being someone in time, linear time, and in the future holds this prize, holds this arriving experience, where finally you will arrive, finally you will achieve, finally you will attain, finally you get there and get the goodies at the end of the tunnel, the end of the rainbow, whatever it is. And this message is talking about something so immensely beautiful. The ending of that dream. The ending of that dream. That time-bound you, that time-bound dream of you moving through time to a better future. This ending of this mental construct of you, which isn't just mental. With that mental comes this sense of being somebody, that idea of you being someone becomes this energy, this contraction, this position in the body, this limitation in the body. This is me. This story is who I am. I'm positioned here in the middle. I'm looking out. I'm experiencing life. I'm listening. I'm seeing. I'm sitting here. It becomes so real. It feels so real. And this message is an unpicking of that. Unpicking of this fabrication of someone. And it reveals such a beauty. It reveals that your freedom can only be here. Can only be here. Can only be what's happening. Because that's all there is. Ideas of who you are, ideas of past and future come up, appear, but they aren't leading anywhere. They aren't taking this energy anywhere. This idea of yourself as being someone. Like a change happens from that story of you being a reality, being who you are, feeling as if that's the truth, and you are someone moving through time. To this to this nakedness, to this vulnerability, to this openness, to this freedom. And in that appears a description of someone, in that appears a memory, a description of someone, of a character, as if there's a character, as if there's an actor, as if there's a story, but it becomes free, it becomes empty, it becomes empty. So there's the fullness of life, the fullness of what is happening, but it's empty. I'm full and empty. You can't pick one over the other. You can't pick one over the other. Empty fullness, full emptiness. So this is a freedom, remembering the title of the talk. This is a freedom beyond the idea of you. This isn't a freedom found for the character or for the person, which can sound really bizarre, because when that sense of you is real, it fills the screen. It's everything. There's no there's no beyond you. There's just you, and you can't imagine a beyond you. Everything's about you. Everything's personal about you. So to speak of a freedom beyond you can seem it's unimaginable by the mind. But this is a freedom beyond that story, beyond that character, beyond that world of you. It's not a freedom found for you. It isn't a personal attainment that you can have and own and understand. Which is why it's so beautiful. That's why it's so beautiful. The mucky hands of the personal can't get hold of it. That's why it's so beautiful. And that is what is longed for in all humans. that which is unattainable. This is what you long for is. It's unobtainable by you because you don't exist. You want someone who is separate. You want a separate reality. So therefore you can't get this or even not get this. It's not about you, this dream you. This is where are you to have it or not have it? This is. Max Lut. Max. Hello, Rebecca. I got a question. Maybe it is a weird one. But did enlightenment happen to this body of yours? Was it bright? Was it a bright flash like it is in many cases, or something like this, or did it happen gradually over time? Did enlightenment happen to this body of yours? Was it bright flash like it? I don't even know what you mean. So what I'm talking about isn't something that happened to It didn't happen to this body. It didn't happen to this body. I wasn't sure then, because I felt like there has been an effect on the body. So I wasn't sure how to phrase that, but it didn't happen to Rebekah. It didn't happen to the imagined character. You imagine somebody in here called Rebekah, and you imagine this entity that this enlightenment, this shift, this change happened to. That's not the case. That isn't what I'm talking about or describing. What I'm describing is something that is free and always has been free. It can't be anything else but free. So it's always been free. But what happened is this idea formed, this description of someone. So this description of someone formed at a young age. I'm not sure when, but it formed at a young age. This idea of who I am, of me being someone. It was referring to the body, but it began to feel like there was someone being described. I was attached to the body. There was someone in here that became the reference point, became the main star of this story. Me, I. But there was always this freedom. But this story of I became like the center stage. It was the big thing happening, this story of I. So life was happening. It was happening. It was claimed and owned by this sense of me. It was happening to me. It became personal. It became like it was like a film, and I was the main character. So life became very personal, and it was about me getting to the end of that film, me getting to some high point in the film, this high ending of the film, where I would eventually, I don't know what, but just arrive at this big thing. I would get love. I would be complete. I would be, like, you know, the superhero. So life became about this character, and this character making it, yeah, so succeeding, arriving. But life is full of pleasure and pain, and so there'd be a high, but there'd also be a loss, there'd be a low. So there'd be this disheartenment, this, I'm getting it, but then I've lost it again. This constant swing between the positive and the negative, the high and the low. And that creates, obviously, dissatisfaction, discomfort, this constantly trying to arrive at this point where there is just pleasure, just a high. And what's being pointed to, what is being spoken about, is that story of you will never arrive at some permanent high, this permanent arrival place. What you long for and seek, this love, this completion, this rest you seek, this sense of freedom you seek, isn't found in that story of you moving through time, isn't found in pain and pleasure, isn't found in this waking reality. Isn't found in that movement. So this doesn't happen to that character. So to ask how it happened to me or for me is kind of missing the point. It's fine to ask that, but it's not really what I'm talking about. There's a freedom here. Oh, I hear a child. Hang on. I'm on the toilet. So how can this happen to anyone? How can life, what is happening, happen to someone? And this is the question. You believe you are sitting there. You believe you are listening. You are looking. You are feeling. You are thinking. As if this is happening to you. Who is this you that hears? So I can describe it. I can say that I went to different speakers and different talks and retreats and read books and all these things. I can describe a gradual oh, hang on. I can describe a gradual hearing of this. I can describe a gradual understanding of this message. I can describe a resonating with it, a love of it, a joy of it. But I can't describe a gradual enlightenment or a gradual anything other than I don't know. This is it. This is it. this imagination of you waking up isn't to be believed. The idea of you getting this, this is enough. Thank you, Max. Oh, thank you, Max, for that question. Oh yeah, thank you. It was lovely, really lovely. The interaction there, yeah. Hi, Brian. This is it right now, every moment, even if this seems not to be so for the individual. After accepting that at a conceptual level, I just go quiet but feel stuck. Yeah, yeah. So there's a feeling of being stuck. Where would you like to move to? So a sense of being stuck implies to my brain that there's a wanting to go somewhere, but you can't because you feel stuck. Where would you like to move to? What's the desire? There's no rush to respond. Just take your time and just to feel the freedom you speak about. and you feel like what I speak about is somewhere else? Do you feel it somewhere else? Can you put like a dot so I know that you are just going to respond, or whether you finished, or so I'm not sure whether you're reflecting or whether you finished. Okay, just so I know that you know, just put like 3 dots and send it so I know you're gonna come back. If I say yes somewhere else, I see the trap of that. If I say yes somewhere else, yeah, but is that the answer? Do you feel like it is somewhere else? It's best to be as honest as you can be, and not try to try to jump ahead intellectually to try and avoid being vulnerable and honest. It's best to be honest. Well, when you're honest, there's a relaxation that happens when you're honest. Like you relax because you're being honest. You're not hiding anything. When you lie, you have to like be contracted and make sure you're thinking ahead and trying to control things. And when you're just being honest and being who you are, it's like a you relax. It's just coming out as you are. So it's not somewhere else. So you're saying the freedom is here and not somewhere else, but you feel stuck. But if it was here, I don't understand how you would feel stuck. So something there isn't true. Because what is longed for is here and it's free. So what else is going on that's creating this sense of stuckness, of this not being it? I know it must be here right now, but can't go further than that. Yeah. Because this isn't about you. This isn't about you. It isn't about the person. This isn't about the person. Maybe this is where therapy comes in. Because this message of non-duality isn't a personal one. It isn't for the person, to improve the person's life, to deal with your problems on a personal level. What's being spoken about is already free. It's already free. There's something here already free. Thank you, Brian. Feel free to give me a call after this stream, maybe, if you want to talk more about that. If you don't want to do it online, then you can do it after. So thank you for joining me in this sharing this evening, this expression. It really is such a joy to talk about something so intimate. So intimate. Like with humans, normally you discuss like just, everyday normal things, problems, issues, experiences, etc. Kids, whatever it is. So there's always this just this surface level. So to be able to speak about something so intimate, beyond that level of things, so intimate. Beyond all those labels and descriptions, we have you and me being the primary one. You and me being the primary description. Okay. Yeah, thanks for joining. I'm not here on Sunday, but I'm back next week, so I shall see you then. Have a great week. Have a lovely time. The joys and the tears and the growth. Oh, I love you. Bye.